what is going on? It is Scott Blugrind, the captain of the platoon of the Zoom Lagoon. How you guys doing? It is Wednesday. I'm feeling great. I'm so glad you're here. We got a lot of talented people tonight. All kinds of stuff. We have an aerialist. We have a magician checking in a little bit. We have some fantastic comedians from Hollywood. We got some fantastic comedians from Hawaii that I met at the Aloha Comedy Fest. But before we get started, I just want to let you guys know my promotional stuff. Boom, check it out. Oh yeah, I have this episode listed. So this is episode 4. I have all the other episodes on YouTube. Go check them out. Just search Scott Blugrind. And while you're there, you can see my 10-part series called Happy Hour. I interviewed actors, rock stars, and musicians. We talked about gigging and specific things. It was great. And also the cast of Pinch, the movie I was in. And then one of the members of cast was on The Bachelorette. So we got some inside scoop on The Bachelorette, what it's like to be in the mansion. And then on YouTube, you could also see my musical videos, live performances, and my guitar instrumentals. My Under Pressure has over 28,000 views, and it's a 4-minute song, and it has 717 hours of watch time. Pretty cool, from all over the planet. And then my movie Pinch is on Amazon Prime. One more promo next week on Zoom Lagoon. Hey, Scott Bluegrind's back. Michael Rayner, got a lot of great feedback about Michael Rayner and his juggling and all kinds of awesome stuff. He's blowing up on TikTok. We got the Rock Circus. They were going to be here tonight, but they're coming next week. The award-winning comedian Amanda Cohen's in the house. My good friend, guitar comic Jeffrey Eggleston is going to be here. And then the hottest band in the land, Fire Leopard. I said Fire Leopard. Hit the button again. All right, that's the promos. Are you guys ready?
S-E-T. Time to do sets. Time to do sets. Music and comedy, it's time to do sets. Magic and variety, it's time to do sets. Hey, time to do sets.
Oh, yeah. I know you be staying. Gonna check out my girl, and her name is Karen. I said cowbell, guys. There it is. Yeah, her name, Karen. Karen, let's give her a big round of applause, everybody.
Yeah. dancers. I teach and perform, so they can just look at me on my Facebook, Karen Maassen.
All right, let's give her a round of applause. That was sick. All right, now we're going to our next guest. Oh, yeah. Come on. Got a story to tell you. Wasn't so long ago, I met a girl and her name was Teresa. Love, you know she books it, she books it, she books a lot of shows and she does it herself. That's the way it goes. And oh damn, she got some sexy pictures on Instagram. Check it out, yo. Teresa Lowe. Ladies and gentlemen, Teresa Lowe.
That's right. I need those sexy pictures on Instagram because I am 35 and single.
I'm jealous.
You got to do what you got to do, right? Like, dating in LA is hard when you're 35. Like, I went out with this guy, and he was like, actually, and I thought he was 40. But he's like, actually, no, I'm 60. How old are you, 25? And I said, no, I'm 35. And he's like, ooh. That's too old for me. I want to have kids. Because only in LA are you supposed to have daddy issues and granddaddy issues. I'm on dating apps. Dating apps are hard. Like, I matched with this one guy before the pandemic, and he was like, sup. And I didn't respond fast enough. So he wrote me, fuck you, you Korean rat-faced bitch with your fake titties. And I was like, Korean? I went out with this guy from Tinder, and halfway through the date, he tells me that he lives with his girlfriend. And I tell my older sister this story, and she's like, well, maybe he can't move out for financial reasons. You should give him a chance. And I was like, you don't think he sounds like a cheater type? And she's like, no, he would have been honest with you if he's a bad person. You need to be open to love. So I took my sister's advice. I went out with this guy one more time, and now I have HPV. I'm just kidding. I already had HPV. And now his girlfriend has HPV. I met this doctor from OkCupid. He was a neurosurgeon, and I made the mistake of taking him to a show, and I did that HPV joke, and afterwards he's like, you know, if we're gonna date seriously, I can't have my girlfriend talking like this. And I was like, well, I can't have a boyfriend who gives me notes. So I broke up with him, but I made the mistake of Googling what a neurosurgeon makes. He makes $750,000 a year. So that HPV joke cost me $750,000 a year.
I would take
so he walks away a rich doctor. I walk away single and broke and at high risk of cervical cancer. That's my life. So that sucks for me. A little bit more about me. I am a writer for Hustler magazine. So I am a writer that a lot of people don't read, apparently. I did an article recently about glory holes, and to find people to interview, I went on glory hole websites and just would hit people up. And I got this response, and he's like, you need to leave me alone. What are you, the cops? So that was kind of a tough one for me. And then I also did an article about dick size, about what is the perfect dick size. And apparently, like, everyone thinks, oh, you have to have a giant one or whatever, but apparently the most popular dick size is medium, which apparently is 5.5 inches. Like, that is what the majority of women actually like, is a medium size penis. And this actually made me think about, I one time dated this guy, and he had a very large junk, and I didn't like it. So we broke up. The next guy I dated, he was more of a medium-sized guy. And I told him, I was like, I really like that your penis isn't big. And he was so offended. I was like, what? what's wrong with him? Why is he so upset? It's hard for me to date though because of my job. Like, men don't want to take me home to meet their moms. And I decided, you know what? I am going to change myself. And now I only date men whose mothers are dead.
Yeah.
And every time I tell that joke, a male comic will come up to me after the show and be like, my mom's dead. But like, I don't want to date a male comic because their idea of a date is going to an open mic. Like years ago, I did date a comic and he would tell the most awful rape jokes. And I would have to sit there and listen to it. And he was like, how come no one ever laughs at my rape jokes? I hate PC culture. I just want to tell rape jokes. Why won't people laugh at my rape jokes? And I was like, it's because you kind of look like a rapist. That one didn't land. I guess like my final joke, I want to leave you with this, is that, so I used to be a teacher, but like being a teacher is like way too hard. Like recently in the news, I saw that there was this guy, he was a white guy and he got fired because he told an Asian student she needed to change her name. Which normally I guess would be offensive, except her name was Phucboi. Her name was Fuckboy. This teacher literally got fired because he told someone, like, I can't call you fuckboy in class. I can't be like, fuckboy, are you in attendance? Fuckboy, what is answer number one? Like, he got fired for that. And I was like, too ridiculous now. I can't be a teacher anymore. I can't say fuckboy and feel good about it. So that's my time. Thank you, Scott, for having me on the show. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh yeah, Teresa, that's so cool. I've seen you doing so much stuff, so it was so cool to actually get to watch you do a set. Thank you so much for bringing it to me. Are gonna go to Hawaii to check out my boy Patrick. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh, Aloha Comedy Fest. Oh yeah, brother. Aloha Comedy Fest coming back to Aloha, Hawaii, Oahu. Part 2, everybody. Keeping it alive. My man, Patrick.
Hey, aloha, everybody. Thanks for joining us today or tonight or tomorrow, whenever you check this out. My name is Patrick Tyrrell. I am at work, unfortunately, but I am happy to be here with you guys. Also, if you guys are in Hawaii, you can see me and my comedy friends at Comedy Squared Thursday at Square Barrels. I don't know if I'm supposed to do the stuff beforehand or after, but there it is.
Wait, let me
There it is. I just did it. And the Aloha Comedy Fest. If you're a comedian and you want to submit, go to the Aloha Comedy Fest Facebook page, and we're accepting submissions up until November 20th. We are still doing live comedy shows here, although social distancing and doing all that stuff, shows are kind of cut in half, but they're still live and they're still fun.
I highly recommend it, everybody. Aloha Comedy Fest. Great time.
Lots of fun, lots of fun. Like Bobby said, she's talking about her son or her kid being a comedian. I have a son. He helps me write jokes sometimes. One day I walk up and I was like, hey, son, how about...
All right, bye.
All right, hey, Jim.
Yeah, I muted him. Don't worry.
It's cool. My son walks up and I was like, hey, son, hey, how about if we're outside and I give you a hug and the sun's shining? That would be like sunscreen. And he's like, no, Dad, that's not funny at all. Hey, but how about if we're playing basketball and we're playing 2-on-2 and I get in your guy's way and you go around him? That would be like sunscreen. And I said, oh, that's pretty good, son. But I was trying to think of something a little more topical. Anyway, yeah, so I if I ever have another child, I'm going to make sure that it's born in a barn. That way it can leave doors open whenever it wants to. I did hear that Jim is a magician. I think kids are like magicians. They're making your hopes and dreams disappear.
And money.
And money. Yeah, absolutely. And money. Hey, for those of you who don't know that weren't following, we had a hurricane over here, Hurricane Douglas. Just missed us over the weekend. I consider a lot of my jokes to be like the Hawaii hurricanes of jokes. They like just come in and then just never hit. How does a kosher butcher make his mom proud? Look, Mom, no hams. Hey, I don't know if you guys in California or around the country are able to get out and around and drive, but if you are and you have a couple drinks, just remember, friends don't let friends drink and drive unless you've had this conversation. Hey, are you okay to drive? That's the conversation. I was walking down the street the other day and I saw a buddy of mine and I was like, hey, Quasimodo, how you doing? And he's like, Patrick, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I said, you look fantastic, by the way. He goes, I knew you were going to say that. And I said, how'd you know I was going to say that? He goes, well, I had a hunch. It's not a great joke. It's my late wife's favorite joke. She's not dead. She's just always really late. My wife's fantastic. She's Australian. I met her here. We've been married for 20 years this year, Bobby. Not quite 29, but we met about 22 or 23 years ago now. She has an Australian accent. Best thing about being married to an Australian woman is that I taught her that that's 6 inches. Yeah, so she has an amazing accent, and I've been practicing for the last 20 years to just waiting for a virtual comedy show so I can do an impression of her accent. So I'm going to do it for Facebook Live and the rest of the world right now. So here's my wife's Australian accent that I've practiced for 20 years. That's her favorite joke, actually. After I do that, after I do that at comedy shows, people are like, Patrick, that Australian accent thing is hilarious. The funny thing is, my girlfriend's from California and has the exact same accent.
Really?
Anybody like astrology? Here's an astrology joke. There's a constellation way up in the sky, and it looks down. He sees this star, and the star's trying very hard. And the constellation goes, "Hey, star, why are you trying so hard?" And the star goes, "I want to be the biggest and brightest star in the sky." And the constellation looks down and goes, "Ah, come on, you can't be serious."
But where's the drummer?
We were all drummers earlier. We're all going to be drummers again, Jim.
That's true, Patrick.
We're all going to be drummers here soon. A lot of people don't believe me when I tell them that I went to Notre Dame, especially my friends and family that know that I didn't go to Notre Dame. I went to a school called, those of you in California might be familiar with this school. I went to a school called Heald College. Heald College was one of those pay for a degree kind of colleges. I went there after I retired from the Marine Corps because I didn't want to really go to a school where I learned. I just kind of wanted to pay my way to a degree. So I went to Heald College. Their motto at the time was, get in, get out, get ahead. And then when I was there, it was get out. Because some people finish college. My college finished. Yeah, it was a really good school. I remember, like, I wasn't really good at math when I was growing up and in school, especially basic fractions. And that's what I had to do. The first day I was in school, I had to do basic fractions. So I remember that I wasn't very good at it. I remember, I think in 5th grade, I wasn't very good at it. But then the next time in 5th grade, I really started to understand it. I think I understood like 7/5 of it. After I got done with that class, it wasn't as bad as I thought, but my teacher said, does anybody have any questions? And I raised my hand and he called on me. I said, if my girlfriend has no legs, would she still be my better half? But I think it's 5/8. I'm not sure, but he didn't know what a girlfriend was because he was a math teacher. So I started telling him about taking out his pocket protector and started telling him about my ex. And then he stopped me and he's like, Patrick, can we do this next week when we go into algebra? There's way too many variables right now.
Oh.
While I was going from one class to another class, there was a girl in the hallway and I was drinking a small McDonald's coffee. And she looks at me and she goes, oh, I wish I had some coffee. And I said, well, this is before COVID, obviously, but I said, hey, I'll split my small coffee with you if you want. And she said, there's no way a half a cup of small coffee is going to wake me up. I said, I don't know. I said, let's give it a shot. So I drank half and then I threw the other half on her. Probably woke her up. She was a big Samoan woman, so we both were awake for a while. She almost got me. I'm a fast runner. Yeah, the next class that I went to was just an English class. It was, again, just a very basic English class. And up on the board when I walked in, on the whiteboard, it said, you have a 10,000-word essay due in a week. I thought about it. I said, how the heck am I going to do a 10,000-word essay in a week? But I did it. I went in, I turned in 1,000 words, and then I just gave him 9 pictures.
That was good.
Well, thank you, Jim.
I like that. I did, Patrick. I like that one.
In between the Marine Corps and me going to school, I had to, try and find some employment because Hawaii is pretty expensive and you have to eat sometimes. So I had these other jobs. I worked for the city for a while. I worked for Oahu, and I had to do a report on all the shark attacks that happened throughout the island. And I don't know if I should tell you this. Maybe the tourists probably shouldn't hear this, but they don't tell you about all the shark attacks that happen on this island, and they hold most of them back. I think the reason for that is because, well, fish don't talk. So we went from good to that one, but I also had a job. I had to move off island. I had a job as a seismologist in Arizona, and while I was working at that job, they fired me because there was an earthquake in California, and I was like, "That's not even my fault." Puns.
Dad jokes.
Yeah. Oh, dad jokes. Yeah. That's
I'm good.
love dad joke. I'm gonna end on my signature joke, ladies and gentlemen. This is my signature joke. I want to thank you all for being here. Here's my signature joke. There you go.
And gone.
All right, round of applause for
Hey, Patrick, thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir.
I'm a veteran too.
Yeah, let's give a round of applause to our veterans, everybody. Come on.
Hey.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you for your service, guys. Hey, Patrick, tell me about the shows you have going on in Hawaii. One more time, when's your next one? And then what's more details about signing up for the Aloha Comedy Fest? I had such a blast there last year with Mark Norman and you and Jose Dynamite. By the way, shout out to Jose Dynamite who's doing a gig tonight. And so tell us about what's going on real quick.
Well, tomorrow, every Thursday, we do a show at Square Barrels. You remember Square Barrels? A beautiful
Love
place.
Square Barrels.
Great drinks. Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Comedy Squared is now the name of my new company. It was Comedy U, but now it's Comedy Squared. Again, the Aloha Comedy Festival is going to be February 25th, 26th, and 27th. And we're going to have a whole bunch of comedians. It's going to be a lot of fun again, of course. And lots of good comedy, lots of good venues. Appreciate you guys.
I love it. Hey, one more round of applause.
Hey.
I just want to give everybody the rundown. It's going to be Jim. He's going to jump in and do some magic for us. And then we have Ian Shippen. Then we got the great Pepper Lamb who joined us. And then I'm going to show a video that I made, my new music video called Tiger King, the Metal.
Oh.
So I'm going to show that at the end. So here's how I'm going to bring on Jim. Yeah, you got friends. I got friends because we worked on Friends. The people on Friends, they were our friends. I said play cowbell. Oh, yeah, Jim Bentley in the house.
Hey.
Hey, Jim, before you start, I have one really important question I have to ask you.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Sure.
I want to ask Jim, who's this?
Oh my God, that's Sophie, my granddaughter.
That's your granddaughter. This
That's my granddaughter, 9 months old.
Let's give her Sophie a round of applause.
Yeah, my daughter Elizabeth blessed me with little Sophie, who was down here in Palm Desert, where I live, over at Palm Valley Country Club. I call her the terrorist because when she's here, she's perpetual motion. I don't know where she gets all the energy from, but she's constantly all over the place. And it gets very hot down here in Palm Desert. So, I mean, when you do things here, you have to be careful because things go up in flames, even sometimes your money. Oh, but thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Okay, that's it. That's all I got. I quit on the first one. That's it. I'm done. I'm spent. I'm exhausted. Hey, it took me a while, folks, out there in Zoom land, in the Zoom Lagoon. You know that I started you out in the world of sitcoms?
Yeah, I gave him a shout out. I told him about 1996. We came in season 3. You brought me in. I was the first DJ ever in warm up. We reinvented the game together.
Yeah, we did.
89 episodes of Friends and over 600 episodes of television together. So thank you, Bentley.
No, you're welcome, Scotty. Here's a trick that I'm sure you remember. Because you saw it 600 times, almost as many times as my 93-year-old dad. Remember the great rope trick? One piece of rope, short, medium, and one real long.
Classic.
Okay, Patrick, is it Ian? Anybody, Bobby, anybody out there believe that rope can stretch? Does anybody care? Okay, that's what I thought.
I care, and I believe it can.
Thank you. Rope can't stretch. All you have to do in order to stretch rope out is bring all the ends up to the top, create the illusion they're all the same length, which you give a quick tug, and you see we got 1, 2, 3 pieces of rope the same length. We got 1, 2, 3 pieces of rope the same length.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, still have it. Not bad for a 100-year-old man. Okay, now I just take the ends like so, bring it up like that, and just go, and it goes right back to 1 short, 1 medium, and 1 real long. Hey, nice. When you do this kind of magic, this essentially to me is like close-up magic, since we're in this tiny little square. So I thought if we're in a tiny little square, we should have a little red ball sponge trick. Okay, this is actually pretty easy. All you have to do is just follow where the ball goes. If I squeeze all the air out of it, reach into my pocket, grab a little magic dust, it's gone. Any ideas? Where it went? Come on, Marine.
In your pocket.
Who said the in the pocket? You're right. It went in the, very good. Thank you, Ian. You're right. It went into the pocket. But this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze it through into my left hand, okay? You got it? Okay. Remember that? Okay. Now, which hand do you think it's in? This is the left. This is the right.
Right.
Anybody?
Then you're right.
Right. Ah, shit. You can see. Oh, I can't. Can I say shit or no?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. Because it's not over here because it's a black ball, and it's not over here because it's a square where the little red ball went. If I find it, I sat on it. Oh my God, I lost my little red ball. There it is.
So you get old, you sit on your balls.
Yes, you do. And that's why they're red. Very good.
Oh, that was good, Jim. Come on.
Not bad. I'll do one more. Since I have time for one more. Do I have time for one more, Scott?
Of course.
This is another one
yeah.
This is another one you saw several times. It's done with 2 tissue papers. Okay, everybody say 2 tissue papers.
2 tissue papers.
Good. That was very good. We take the 2 tissue papers. You see, we take them and we tear them up. Okay. If you think about it, I'm really tearing them down. Okay. And you notice that my hands never leave my arms. If they did, that would be a hell of a great trick. It's like this. We go like this. Go like this. I get a magic wand. Like that. Oh.
Look at
And you know what happened? Absolutely nothing. No, look. Just like this. Whoop.
Ah.
And we go back to the little wizard trick. Thank you very much. Hey!
Give it up for Jim Bentley, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Little applause.
Yeah, thank you. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you
Yeah.
guys. Oh, in Hawaii, he pimping. That's why they call him Ian Shippen. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, take Ian Shippen. Who has shipping? Amazon Prime has shipping. Free shipping, pump it tripping. Yo, yo. Oh, here we go. I say Ian, you say shipping. Ian.
Shippen.
I say Ian, you say shipping. Everybody.
Shipping.
I say Ian, you say shipping. Ian.
Shipping.
I suck at that. Anyways, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, my man. I tell you, when I was up in there in Hawaii, Patrick and Jose Dynamite were running the show, but you know what? Ian Shippen was right there helping out, and I appreciate all your kindness and your help and being part of the people that made me feel so welcome. So thank you, Ian.
Hey, thank you, Scott.
Hey.
Thank you. Hey. Yeah, no, I definitely had fun at the Aloha Comedy Festival. I'm sorry, like, this is the most energy that anyone will ever see out of me. I'm just not a very energetic person, but yeah, Shippen. There you go. But I promised when COVID started, I would never do any of these Zoom open mics, or these Zoom mics, sorry, this is a show. But just for you, Scott, I'm here. Yes, this is the first time I'm ever on Zoom, so.
Well, thank you for doing it on the Zoom Lagoon, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, let's see how this goes. I guess I'll talk a little bit about COVID. I lost weight since the pandemic started. You know, everybody else got fat. You know, I'm down a size, everybody. I'm down a size. I went from a Walmart large down to a Macy's large. So, yeah, definitely. My boss was telling me, congratulations on your weight loss journey. Like, journey. The Polynesians crossed the Pacific Ocean using the night sky for navigation. Neil Armstrong traveled 240,000 miles in space to get to the moon. I told Sheila at Subway to hold the mayonnaise on my turkey sandwich. So that was my
That was
yeah. No, I moved here. I actually made 2 years in Hawaii. I was born and raised in Hawaii, and I just made 2 years back. So that's cool. I moved back here from Virginia. And so I was actually in a long distance relationship here for a while. And long distance relationships are kind of tough because they're like owning a house on the other side of the country, one that's super expensive and is probably being used by squatters. But she moved back here recently, and so she moved back here last year, and she moved back in November for my birthday. It was my birthday in November, and she wanted to surprise me, right? So I kind of got excited because she was like, it's going to be a surprise. I want to surprise you. It's going to be a surprise. And I don't know why I got excited, because the year before surprise was paint night. Any of you guys ever do that?
Yep.
It's a bunch of old people drinking wine and painting, which isn't my thing. But yeah, I don't know. But for my birthday, guys, in November, she got me VIP tickets to the Backstreet Boys. That exciting, Scott? Do I look like somebody that watches the Backstreet Boys?
Yes.
No. I'm
No.
manly. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man.
My bad.
But I am done, guys. I am done with the Backstreet Boys. Like, they lie to you, Scott. Have you ever seen them?
Yeah,
They lie to you.
Yeah, they do.
They came out on stage and they're just like, I'll never break your heart. I'll never make you cry. And then the very next song, they're singing about cheating on me with some bitch that they met at the nightclub. Like, let me tell you about the call that changed my destiny. Screw you, Nick Carter. I hate you, Nick Carter, liar. And then they beg for forgiveness, right? They're like, baby, please try to forgive me. And you do. Back like an idiot. Backstreet's back. All right, now moving
I
on.
knew you
They
were a
were
Backstreet
VIP.
fan.
Yeah, They were VIP tickets though, so not only was I front and center for AJ's like hip thrusts into my face, I got to go backstage to meet the boys. And I don't know if any of y'all have ever hung out with people who have been singing and dancing for 4 hours, but they smelled like really bad. God, they smelled like the Backstreet Boys. I'll tell you that. So I don't know. We spent COVID together. It was kind of weird. Like we spent 3 months. You guys all spent 3 months with the same person in the same house forever. We got into arguments about everything, like the dumbest shit ever. Like we got into arguments about paper towels. Like I was cooking once and I made a mess on the counter and I went to clean it up with a paper towel and she stopped me. She's like, "No, don't waste our paper towels. That's what the kitchen hand towel is for." I'm like, okay, geez. I was doing dishes and I went to dry my hands with a paper towel and she's like, "No, don't waste our paper towels. That's what the kitchen hand towel is for." All right, cool. Later on, like I really had to blow my nose once and we were out of toilet paper and Kleenex. So I did what anybody would do. I used a paper towel and she got home and saw the wadded up paper towels and she thought that I had used the paper towels to clean up after I had like some fun by myself, you know? And I was like, "Baby, no, I would never do that. That's what the kitchen hand towel is for." All right, we'll move on to that. But I don't know. We also binge watched a bunch of Netflix shows. You know, we were going to binge watch some of her shows, and then we were going to binge watch my shows, and then her shows and my shows, and then it ended up just being all her shows. So I'm just going to give us a bunch of Netflix recommendations, and then I'm going to get off. So some of the shows we ended up watching was a show called Lock and Key. Have any of you guys seen that on Netflix? No? The show about a teenage girl suffering from the loss of her father, having to deal with teenage girl things like boy problems and puberty. And then, Jim, it turns out that she has powers. Magical powers.
Oh.
She had powers. That was one of her shows that she made me watch on Netflix. Another show that she had me watch was I'm Not Okay With It. Have any of you guys seen that?
No.
This one was about a teenage girl suffering from the loss of her father, having to deal with teenage girl things like boy problems and puberty. And then guess what, Jim?
What?
Turns out she has powers. She has magical powers. She has powers. No?
Now what powers?
Yes. Kind of powers.
We also binge watch a show called The Chilling Tales of Sabrina. Anybody ever see that?
Yes.
This one's about a teenage girl suffering from the loss of her father, having to deal with teenage girl things like boy problems and puberty. And guess what, Jim?
What?
She has powers. Magical powers. I'm just trying to say every show on Netflix is about a teenage girl with powers. About it. Yeah. I also got to bond with my nieces and nephews while during the pandemic. They recently, my sister recently lost her husband, and the youngest one, my youngest nephew, his name's Zane. He's 6, and our favorite thing to do together is watch Disney Channel original movies. And we were watching Disney Channel movies one day, and I was like, "Hey, Zane, have you ever realized that no matter how bad the bad guy is, at the end of the day, his only punishment is getting kicked in the crotch?" And he's like, "What does crotch mean?" And I'm thinking, shit, I'm not supposed to be teaching him any new words. I had to think fast. Like, it's a person's lap. 2 days later, he comes running up to me and his mother. He's like, "Uncle Ian, can I spit on your crotch again?" That was kind of weird. I don't know.
Oh.
Patrick shows coming up at Square Barrel. Tomorrow, I'm with Pepper too. I think Pepper's on that one.
Pepper.
Yeah, Pepper is. And then, I'm on again in a couple in August. But that's about it. You know, live comedy. That's where it's at if we're still open. So, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you for being on the show. And now,
hey, thank you.
Taking us home is Pepper. So get your eardrums ready. We're gonna air drum into. Everybody, get your eardrums ready for Pepper.
Oh,
Here we go, machine gun. You ready, guys? Here we go. One last machine gun. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now
Yeah.
we're pumped up. That's warming them up, Jim, right? Give a little
that's
warm-
right. There you go, baby.
All right, here we go. I met this guy in Hawaii. He's
You went to Hawaii quite a bit, pal.
well, I was out there for the Aloha Comedy Fest.
My gosh.
And
Good for you.
ladies and gentlemen, my man Pepper Lamb, everybody.
The capacity crowd. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you guys having me,
My pleasure.
Scott. I won't lie. I was getting nervous there for a minute because y'all had an old white guy playing with ropes, and I was like, "Yo, what's going on right now?" I'm glad we social distance. Just makes me a little bit nervous. It just a little bit. A little bit.
Just a teeny bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay, Pepper.
But I'm glad it was good. It was a good magic trick. I'm not mad at you. Shout out to the ladies. Everyone's lovely. Even the chick that was doing backflips with tissue paper. I don't know what she had going on there, but that's cool. I'm gonna get one of those for the backyard. See what I can do. You ever see a 250-pound just fat dude just playing in ropes? No, that was I don't know. I like to do a lot of crowd work, but since I'm in a room by myself, you guys are all I have to work with, so deal with it. It's all right. For all the millions and millions of fans out there in the world, yes, there are Black people in Hawaii. I'm here holding it down. Holding it down ever since Obama left. It's just me. It's me representing, but I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm actually really upset about it because I came to Hawaii to escape the problems of the world, and now there's people in grass skirts out there protesting too, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to deal with all this protesting stuff. That's why I came here to the ocean, but y'all found me, and now there's more injustices and more protests and people marching, and I'm upset about it because like everybody on the mainland is like, brother, the revolution would not be televised. You got to be ready, and you ready to revolt with us, brother. And I'm just like, I live in Hawaii. Have you ever swum with dolphins? It's so peaceful. I'm uninterested in rioting or marching or doing anything. I got gout. I'm not. I'm good. I'm just chill in the salt water with the dolphins and stuff, like the turtles, sunset.
Yeah, nice.
I'm not angry. It's hard. I'm not angry. Oh well. But like I said, Obama did leave me here solo. So I mean, we look at America, and the last time things were this bad, it took a Black guy from Hawaii to save us. So here I am, running for president, Pepper for president, 2020. I'm better than Kanye, I can tell you that.
I can vouch for that.
And I don't even have to do anything. I actually have a platform. So my first thing that I'm gonna do as president for 2020, we've got this massive deficit that we got going on, and the country's in turmoil, and we just got all this stuff we got to pay off, and everyone's in debt. So my first proclamation as president of the United States of America is to sell Florida. That's right. That's my solution right there. We just gonna sell it back to Spain. I don't know how much we can get, but it should at least help something a little bit. Just a little bit, small kind. I don't know. Second thing I'm going to do is for anyone that actually wants the cure for coronavirus, you have two choices, okay? So you can either take the hydroxychloroquine that some people are saying is made up, some people are saying it's great, whatever, I don't care. You can take hydroxychloroquine or you can take opium. Those are your shots. Plain and simple. Those, just one or the other. If you don't want to take either one, you can sit it out and just be like, nah, I'm a stick with the old Robitussin, ginger ale, and Price is Right. And just try to wait it out. Otherwise, you got to take those 2 drugs, and those are your only options. That's it. Thirdly, for my presidential platform is solar power. That's right, solar power. Every building by 2025, every new construction will have to be at least 75% solar powered, and then we can boost the economy by retrofitting all the old buildings for at least 20 years. It's going to take to go through all old structures and retrofit them to have clean energy. So there's actually no joke to that. It's just actually the third part of my platform. So I know many of y'all thought I was going to come with some real shit, but that's real shit right there.
Yeah.
So you can take that to your people. And then, we'll just toss in another random one. Whiskey. Whiskey is going to replace milk in the whole dairy pyramid of everything. Leave the cows alone. Let's get drunk.
Yeah.
Leave the cows alone.
Yeah, I think that's the key. Real whiskey though, not like we're talking put hair on your chest, do the cowboy lip smack whiskey. Like when you sip it, you whiskey. Not cinnamon whiskey, not Fireball. It's un-American. It's un-American. Just plain and simple. It's not American. Fellas, when you drink your whiskey, you should put hair on your chest. You really should. You should just be a man about yours and be like, yeah, that's good whiskey right there. Yeah. And just talk with a gruff for no reason. Ladies, when you drink whiskey, your vagina should do a push-up. It really should. You should just sip it and just do some push-ups. And you drink too much, you should just start Ronda Rousey you bitches in the club. Just vagina arm bars on everybody, beating them up. It should be great. That's what we should do. Whiskey and Cinnabon, those are the only reasons I actually go to the mall. Creates a weird dilemma. Do I go to GNC first and like buy up a whole bunch of like vitamins and stuff and like feel good about myself and just be like, hey, you got something to help me with my diabetes, you know? Or do I go to Cinnabon first and just have them look at me like, you just went to GNC and you know you just wasted $100, right? Shut up. Get my extra frosting. Little rusty, messed that joke up, but come fight me. Oh yeah, you can't get on the plane.
Now I want Cinnabon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want extra frosting.
What kind of stuff I miss as well, and it's actually a kind of a fat boy miss. I miss going to the movies and eating that greasy ass popcorn and paying something that I'm going to forget or watch on Netflix 8 times later anyway for free. But that's what I miss. That is. As stated, holding it down for Black people out here in Hawaii. And I think I'm going to take this opportunity to have America listen to us because the riots have happened and there's a whole lot of white people holding it down for us. And I appreciate y'all. But I think there's like a communication problem going on off the whole deal. Like Black people are like, hey, I want equality. I want to stop getting beat up by the cops. I want to be treated fairly in the criminal justice system. And America's just like, you know what? Say no more. I got you. Here you go. We're going to fix the pancake syrup lady bottle for you. You good? It's just like, no, we're not good. We want to stop getting shot. And it's just like, but breakfast. Can we just start with breakfast and work our way up? No. Need more. We need more. As many of you saw in the news, Hurricane Douglas came and went over the weekend. And as usual, when a hurricane comes up, my family calls me and they're concerned. They're just like, are you prepared for the whole deal? You know, you got your supplies. And my whole deal was, look, his name is Douglas. Like, does he work with Jake from State Farm? I'm not concerned about Douglas coming and doing anything. Douglas is a manager at Applebee's. I need a more menacing hurricane to come and destroy the island. You can't tell me Douglas was going to come and do some shit. He just wasn't. I was completely unconcerned. It's like Douglas worked at a call center at T-Mobile. He's not going to destroy the island. So yes, I wasn't prepared and I didn't care. I was not afraid of Douglas at all. Before I get out of here, I just want to end the myth of Hawaii being infatuated with Bruno Mars. Right? We're not, well, actually we are, but I hate him. So there. I think every man in America should hate Bruno Mars because he lies to women and expects us to do the type of shit that he does, while he just gets to dance off and sing about it. And I think that's junk. It's he just lies to women, and it's ridiculous. Those things he said, "I will catch a grenade for you." Grenades, Bruno? We're not doing all that. Cut my hand on the blade for you. Now we bleeding, Bruno? Inject myself with AIDS for you, Bruno. They're taking that too far. I'm not injecting myself with AIDS for these women. Cut it out. He just lies. Jumping on a grenade. Let's say we're in this Zoom meeting and Al Qaeda throws a grenade in this Zoom meeting, and Bruno Mars came from outside and jumped on it for us. Is he 3'7", wearing skinny jeans and a blouse? Come on, we'd all still blow up. None of us would make it. We hate him. Hate Bruno Mars. Long live Pepper, president. Y'all can cash at me.
Yeah.
Or Venmo. Pepper Lamb Comedy. We need this money. I'm getting shirts made. We're gonna change this country. Solar power, whiskey. Sell Florida.
All right, give a round of applause to Mr. Pepper Lamb, everybody.
Hey.
Hey, so tell us what's going on with Pepper out there in beautiful. Oh, but before we go, I'm looking at your board. Is that really Stevie Wonder, Neil Sedaka, and Yanni behind you?
Yeah, I work at a radio station. This is Cool Gold 107.9.
Oh, okay. Voice.
Cool.
I'm like, is that Yanni?
Hits from the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
And Yanni.
It's my radio get down. So
Is that Yanni or is that Kenny Loggins? I'm trying to figure out.
that is Neil Sedaka. No, that's Kenny Loggins, Night
Oh,
Watch.
Kenny Loggins. Okay, he cool.
Yeah.
He cool.
Yeah,
He got us into the danger zone. He's dope.
he did. He saved us.
Are you doing any of those live shows with the boys? Or are you hanging back?
Yeah,
How do you
I'll
feel
be
about all that?
rocking with Patrick at Square Barrels tomorrow. We've had some turmoil here on the island. We opened up a great new venue called Downstage, where we're doing comedy and improv and all that jazz. And then we had a crazy plumbing issue in a 100-year-old building. So we've got that worked out, and now the governor's going to shut bars and everything back down again. So yeah, I'll be with Patrick tomorrow before they shut everything down, and then we'll just kick off some more live shows from Downstage and bring it back. And when they open us back up in 3 weeks to a month, we'll still be here rocking.
Yeah, please give my love and respect to everybody at the Square Barrel. I did 2 shows out there, and the management and the staff and the food, I just had a wonderful experience. So please send them my love. One more time for Pepper Lamb.
Yeah.
Thank you
All right,
guys.
everybody, before we go, I have my new music video I'm going to show you. You guys saw the Tiger King, right? If you
Yeah.
love classic rock and you love heavy metal, you're going to like this, because this is what I call Tiger King, the rock musical.
Netflix Metal and Classic Rock brings you Tiger King Murder Mayhem and Metal, a rock opera. Rob Halford and Judas Priest is Alan Clover.
She moves like a
It's
cat.
Molly Cruz, Eric Coey.
She's lost you a pouch. She's
Arnel Planeta of Journey is not Steve Perry, he's sad. Wrong Nerd, River of Weezer is Dial. Brett Michaels of Poison is Jeff Lowy. Don Dawkins of Dawkins is Kirkhan. Jericho is Doc.
Let's talk about Joe Exotic's more recent obsession with Carol Baskin.
Stephen Hicks and Lindsey Buckingham are Carol and Howard Baskin. Axl Rose is James Garrettson.
Nick Cage is Joe Exotic.
The Tiger King, Murder, Mayhem, and Metal on Netflix.
Zoom Lagoon will now be collecting donations for the American Heart Association. You can go to www.heart.org and tell them Zoom Lagoon sent you. And don't be stupid, everybody. You know, those Doritos don't disappear. Kick back on the salt, get that exercise, and I went up and now I'm going back down, people. So that's my plug, is for everybody to think about heart health. Get healthy, everybody. So round of applause for the American Heart Association, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll see you next week, next Wednesday on Zoom Lagoon.